Vanessa.
I'm very glad I caught you.
Doing what?
Look, I realize that you were just trying to do the right thing when you brought me those Triple Z land parcel contracts last night. And I've decided that I'm not going to let my concern about your friendship with my husband get in the way of our work dealings here at the office. So I was wrong to snap at you. That was an apology.
Where? Vanessa. Just the lady I want to see. Listen, I know you were a little upset yesterday, but I think we have to celebrate this coup that Spaulding's pulled over by getting the Triple Z away from Lewis Oil.
I agree. It was brilliant.
Bravo, Vanessa,
Now,
bravo.
wait a minute. All I did was give them the bid you wanted me to give them, Alan, and you know that I want us to rethink this deal.
Wait, rethink it?
What are you talking about?
I don't want us to go ahead with this deal.
Wait, you've got to be kidding. This is worth a fortune, not to mention the shockwaves it's going to send through Lewis Oil.
I can see in that office in total chaos myself.
Yeah. And you know there's going to be a ripple effect. It makes them vulnerable on all fronts.
They're already very vulnerable. Matt told me last night that he's under serious strain. I mean, you must have seen that. You saw Josh last night before you saw me. I just don't want us to prey on somebody who's having serious troubles.
Vanessa, we've already discussed this. We're not going back. Now, Josh's mental state is not our problem.
Vanessa, it's ridiculous to feel guilty. I mean, Lewis had their chance to renew the lease, and they blew it.
I don't want us to accept that kind of rationalizing.
Okay. How about accepting the truth?
Alex, I've got to talk to you. Look, Matt and I are having serious difficulties. We're fighting all the time because he feels I'm paying too much attention to work and I'm neglecting my family.
I hear you, Vanessa, but what's it got to do with this?
I made a terrible mistake. That land, the Triple Z land, Matt had this huge industrial complex planned for that. He was going to build the industrial complex on the land for Lewis, and he mentioned it to me once or twice, and I was preoccupied, and it just didn't register with me. So now I'm in the terrible position of having pulled the rug out from underneath my own husband.
Vanessa, you know how long Alan's wanted this property. Now, I understand your dilemma here, but I really think it's too late. I mean, for Alan to give up that property now because you're having problems at home, I think it's out of the question.
Alan, sorry to interrupt, but we need to talk. It's about Vanessa.
I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just so frustrated. You know, I just wish we never met Mick Santos. I wish he never came into our lives. And Danny, you know, he's been scaring up Michelle.
Oh, I don't know. I think Michelle's doing a pretty good job handling Danny.
Hold that thought. Ella. Hey, Selena. No, I understand. Oh, yeah, I'll be right over to pick him up. No, it's no problem. All right. See you in a bit.
What did she want?
Oh, Buzz hasn't really been in the holiday spirit ever since what happened at Jenna.
I know, it's awful.
So I told him I'd pick up Coop and take him to the mall so he could see Santa Claus.
Oh, do you mind if a sweet little Jewish girl tags along? I want to see Santa.
Put your coat on. Let's go.
Hey, look!
Ho, ho, ho.
I really wish you'd stop scaring me like that.
Oh, come on, Michelle. How can you be scared here? This has got to be the safest place in the city. Look, we've got thousands of people milling around, tons of kids waiting to see Santa. It's a regular carnival here.
What do you want?
Well, I thought, you know, we could kill two birds with one stone, do a little shopping while we talk.
I mean this. I don't appreciate what you did, and I don't appreciate what you're doing now.
What am I doing?
Stop following me. Stop taking the same classes I'm taking. Don't call, don't send me things, and stop trying to intimidate me.
Hey, where are you going?
Please let go of me.
Michelle, did my card say I'm sorry? Look, I'm sorry that I crossed the line and that I offended you in class, okay? Come on, I mean, you gotta know the difference between an apology and a threat.
Yeah, well, things are never the way they seem with you.
Okay. What if I told you that I think my brother's death was an accident? And that there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm letting it go. And now, there's only us.
Okay, now just relax. This is decaf.
Thank you.
So, you had a minor setback, right?
Minor setback? It's a total disaster.
No, it's not. Not yet. If you give up, it will be. But you won't give up. I mean, you can't give up because you're Annie. I mean, underneath that face, you are Annie Dutton. The single most awesome female that I've ever met in my entire life, and she can do anything, so you can do it. You can do it. You can have everything you want. You can get Josh back. You can save this thing. But you gotta calm yourself down because you're gonna end up with nothing if you don't get out of this panic mode.
I know. I just feel like I'm losing control of everything, that it's all sliding away from me. And all because of that damn Reva. You know, once again, she's got more control over Josh than I do. It's like she brainwashed him. Yeah, okay, so I was trying to do the same thing, but I wouldn't have to. She didn't have her hook so deeply into him. I'm also concerned that, I don't know, I'm just scared that I gave him too much of that drug.
Well, I thought you were gonna cut back on that.
Oh, I was going to. I tried to. I even broke into his house.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I was sitting there digging around trying to find the aftershave, and I couldn't, and then Reva comes walking in and busts me. You know, she is really starting to mess things up.
You know, I gotta tell you, this is really, it hurts me. This is like a first to see Annie Dutton whining like this.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that because I need your help, not your criticisms,
Well,
Dinah.
you know what? I am trying here, but you're the master.
That's true.
Okay, all right, you know what, what I think you should do is go to the hospital and just drag Josh out of there.
Crying out loud, Reva won't let me anywhere near him.
Okay, so, well, you gotta figure something out. You gotta think about it. What did you do when you had to get his blood work?
Pretended to be a nurse.
Well, there you go, right? And you had to wear a disguise and the whole thing. You figured it out. So you just gotta really think of something. You gotta think of a way to lure him out of the hospital. You gotta get him away from Reva, and you've gotta get him into an environment that you can control.
You know, all I ever wanted was to see Reva suffer. That was my plan. I wanted her to have to watch Josh falling in love with Terry the same way I had to watch him falling back in love with her. It's the only reason I never got rid of her in the first place. But you know what? Maybe it's time for that.
It just seemed like it was so much more than a dream.
How do you mean?
Something's wrong with me, Reva. I don't know what it is.
What was the dream about? What did you see?
I was talking to Annie, and Cassie was there, Terry was there, you were there, and I was trying to get to you, but I couldn't seem to do that. And the coin was there,
The coin?
too. The coin that Annie left you in her will.
I know that you didn't want to hear this before, but I really do have a gut feeling that Annie is still alive. And the whole coin, it's just all a part of her sick game that she's playing, and she's still playing. And I think she's roped Terry DeMarco into all of this. You remember how she said that she was going to make sure that love went out of my life?
Doesn't explain, though, what's happening to me.
What if, could it be possible that she's poisoning you? I mean, I've read about people being poisoned slowly, and I wouldn't put it past Annie.
No, if I was being poisoned, it would be in my system, and nothing showed up in the blood
Annie
test.
was a nurse. Maybe she came up with something.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But we're gonna do this. We are gonna figure this out. She's trying to make love go out of our lives, Joshua, but we're not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna take care of you. And I'm gonna stop Annie.
Hey,
Hi, Matt.
they told me you were here. You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing as well as can be expected, I guess.
What happened?
Well, the results didn't show anything.
No, I'm talking about the Triple Z project. You just handed that land over to Alan Spaulding. I mean, that was my project. That was my future. How could you do that, Josh?
I don't know.